It's our last show of the tour. So I wanted to get from you guys, what was your biggest takeaway, biggest thing you learned, biggest discovery over the last year?
For the most part, the best takeaway of this whole thing is bringing awareness and helping a lot of people. That's been huge. And also teaching people that the families are also affected heavily by what we do.
The more vulnerable you are, the more impactful the show becomes. So over the last year, I've made it my mission to make characters as raw and ugly as I can, so that way, or endearing. Some of my characters are endearing, so that it can pack the biggest punch, and we might just stop somebody from being one of the 22 veterans that kill themselves every single day.
You know, for me, I think there's so many, but so many. But the biggest one, at least that's coming to my mind right now, is how, as veterans, when we leave the service, we have this preconceived notion that we're supposed to run a certain lane. You know, just like when you're in the military, you don't come outside that lane, right? And I think so many of us deal with that shit as we come home. We're pigeonholed into what we think we should be doing, and as a result of that, it kills us. I mean, spiritually, physically, mentally, and this has given me the insight that, you know, you can play full out and do whatever it is that you were wired to do, and it's not over, you know, by any stretch. And just kind of seeing that in people's faces after the show, that self-realization that maybe my race isn't run yet.
You know, another big takeaway is that even though it's, you know, a story about how war affects the family, it's how grief affects every family. You know, and how grief affects every man, every woman, every child is a universal theme. And it is about letting go, but it's about realizing the grief in the darkness, for lack of a better term, in the shadows that we hide. How do we look at it? How do I help people look at it and help them to let that out? To make that be their strength rather than something that we're ashamed of.
Scars.
Yeah, scars.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Woo!
You guys, just fucking have a great time and talk to each other and open up all the new pockets in there you haven't opened up, and just, you got it. Go be masters. Do it. Breathe.
Last round of the universe. Yeah.
Enjoy it.